Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toku Portal Podcast. I'm Ryan. With me is. Uh,
Okay, sorry about that, Drago.
uh, Sorry, did I sneak up on you there?
Yeah, pretty much. I thought that you were I thought you were gonna warn me before you start.
Uh, so, Sorry that we missed last week, but we'll make it up to you. Tonight we're doing episode 18, and next week we'll do episodes 19 and 20, the last two episodes of season 1 of Beast Morphers. Uh, so, Welcome to Power Rangers Beast Morphers, episode 18. Uh, Now, Steel is a robot with human DNA. He considers himself half human and he wants to explore more of his human side. So, he wants to adopt a pet.
And that was so cute.
Yeah, it's great to see him, react to pet owners that he sees just walking through the park and such. Uh, the others are a bit skeptical about how well he could take of care of a pet, but Nate decides to give him a chance. If you can take care of a potted plant for a week, then yeah, they'll get him a pet. So Devin takes him plant shopping. Did you have something to say?
No, I don't really. That's
Uh,
the reason why I was quiet.
uh, and so Vargoyle's the next stage of his plan is set in motion using the whatever device that he set up by the radio tower. He sends out a broadcast wave that affects everyone in the city. He is able to alter their memories. So his plan is to take Evox out of the picture. Literally, erase their memories of that whole incident and make it seem like Blaze and Roxy became Power Rangers alongside Ravi as intended. So everyone at Grid Battle Force will think that Blaze and Roxy are the Red and Yellow Rangers. Who's Devin? Zoe
And
works in the laundry.
okay,
Sorry, go on.
no, that was one of the most. Is the premise of this episode was really cool, and I really liked what they did in this episode. But one thing is, I just felt that they didn't take it far enough. Like basically, they should have had more time to explore this thing. But I mean, what I mean to say is that I think this should have been two-parter. But for what they did, it was really, really cool way to do it. Especially they showed Blaze and Roxy in the red and yellow Ranger uniforms respectively, which I really, really liked.
Uh, so, uh, Zoe, realizes she's in Nate's lab, but is confused because she works in laundry and Nate is a little confused as why she's there, but he doesn't argue or anything. She excuses herself and he lets her go. Devin, who is out getting a plant with Steel, he names his plant Spot because he wants a dog named Spot. Forgets that he's a ranger entirely, and has no idea who Steel is. Steel, however, is unaffected because he's a machine, so his brain is wired differently.
What I no, the one thing is that I really, really don't know whether these people would have checked the security cams and nothing would have, and then Blaze and Roxy wouldn't be the this what do you call it Ranger the next minute. I think the security guy could have known or something, unless that.
If he
But
had,
again, we
if
could
he,
explore.
if he had any reason to check the tapes, and also your security team is Ben and Betty.
Oh, Right. No, I thought they got transferred over to somewhere else. Oh wait, right. The timeline hasn't changed here. So Ben and Betty will be the security team, like the first episode.
Like in the first episode when they started pulling the mayor's ears off to see if he was wearing a mask.
I really like Ben and Betty in this episode as well. Like they're hilarious sometimes.
Uh, Steele is actually really good in this episode. Like, he catches on quick that something isn't right when Devin doesn't. I know who he is. And he's like, hey, Devin, you know you're a Power Ranger, right? And Devin does not know that either. Uh, and
You know what? Okay, you know what's funny? I think that a lot of other Rangers in the past seasons wouldn't realize what do you call it, that they are in the wrong place this quick, but still did, and that kind of makes us super, what do you call it, happy about that they don't linger along this
right.
kind of thing for too long.
You might have, like, the one Ranger that acts like everything is normal, but is just super confused when people are acting weird around him. And doesn't straight up confront him. It's
Yeah,
like, hey, you know what's who I am, right? Like, what's going on here?
yeah, and it still really acts quick in this episode. That which I really appreciated.
Uh, Steele, even when like Devin tries to leave him, is like, hey, Devin, you want to go try out Grid Battle Force's battle simulator?
That is this reminds me so much of the first episode.
Like, that is a testament to how well Steele knows everyone. And so they go to Grid Battle Force, and they see Blaze and Roxy casually talking to Nate and Zoe, and Steele quickly realizes, like, oh, that's what's going on. They made everyone forget that Blaze and Roxy are not Power Rangers. Devin, however, still doesn't believe him, and then they get spotted by Ben and Betty on patrol, who call them out for trespassing because they don't know who they are either, and confiscate Devin's morpher because, hey, that's Grid Battle Force tech. You're not supposed to have that. They try to take Steele's as well, but he doesn't give it up. When they try dragging him by the arm, he just like disconnects his arm. Uh, Drago? Oh, there you are.
Okay. Wait.
There you are. You were like muted
Uh,
for.
I'm 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 back.
Okay, you were muted for a bit, so I wasn't sure.
Okay, no, because someone had called me, so that's
Oh,
why I go.
okay. Uh, so about Steel detaching his arm, and then the arm like tickling Betty and then spanking Ben.
I That was a bit of a weird comedy, but I kind of dig it. Yeah.
So they run away, and Vargoyle shows up. Realizing that Steel still has his memories, he figures, alright, well, all I have to do is eliminate you. Uh, Devin also figures out, like, oh, hey, the device is on the radio tower or whatever, because of their conversation. And then we get a really good fight scene where Steel and a kind of scared Devin are trying to fight Vargoyle while protecting Spot, the potted plant.
And they really use the prop well, like using the prop and fighting at the same time. And this was one a really good choreography of what do you call it, of civilian action. Especially like this suit of Steel and Devin, like they did really good job.
Especially since Devin has no idea what's up with the plant, but like quickly pulls it out of the way when Steel almost crashes into it after it was put down, and eventually Vargoyle is just like, "Okay, what's up with that plant?" and he tries to fucking roast it.
This was the Barker's reaction throughout, like the plant sequence was priceless.
It's like, I don't know what that plant is. Is it important? It's gone. Devin catches it with his cheetah speed, though, and that's what convinces him, like, oh, he probably is a Power Ranger. So he decides to use that cheetah speed to go and grab the morphers. While he's gone,
Oh yeah,
Vargo really does roast the plant, though. Rip Spot.
yeah. Spot 2019 to 2019. He
Uh,
lived a short life.
those 10 minutes were great.
Yes, really good character in this show. Didn't speak much, but actions speak louder than words.
Uh, and he saw a lot of action. He was right in the middle of that fight.
Yeah.
Uh, so when Devin gets back, Vargoyle has apparently bailed and Steel was hiding in a dumpster, I guess.
No, the Vargas shoved him into a dumpster. Actually,
Oh.
I really love Steel. Like, he's genuinely my favorite character in this show. Right?
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, so while all this is going on, Blaze and Roxy's plan was to get everyone to bring them some like big transporters to for the next part of their plan, and also Roxy subtly plants some kind of uh, flash drive into
USB. Yeah.
the real Roxy's pod, and that brings up the question of how has no one noticed those pods?
Because they are behind the what do you call it? Actually it's covered by something.
Okay.
That's the reason why. And then
Okay, so it's just a hidden room that like no one remembers is being used.
yeah, pretty much.
All right. So, due to a defective door, after everyone else passes through, Ben and Betty get caught. The door closes in on Ben and Betty, cracks their transporter device, and starts randomly transporting them around the solar system.
Yeah, Ben and Betty got what do you call it in space, and they didn't die immediately.
Yeah, but have you seen Power Rangers in space
Okay.
or Lost Galaxy?
Oh, oh, right. I forgot. Like you can survive in space for a
Yeah,
few seconds,
there's
and you can breathe on the moon.
there,
So yeah,
yeah, they're straight up having battle simulators on the moon,
yeah.
and
Oh wait, right, because Rita okay, the moon one makes sense because Rita actually put the atmosphere over there so that she doesn't die.
Okay, but what about Leo's brother when he sacrificed Toro
Oh
Zord
right,
and
I forgot.
was just floating through space?
Yeah, without a helmet. Okay, yeah, Power Rangers. I'm really glad that they are consistent with this. Uh,
What's a vacuum?
I don't know. Vacuum just has air, only a little of it. Vacuum is like going up to Mount Everest. It's very
I,
cold, and it's still breathable.
I will say I appreciate the little subtle reference they made where Ben and Betty are screaming everywhere they go, but when they're in space, like they're screaming, but there's no noise.
Uh, I thought they would land in cyber dimension, but sadly that was not the case. But this was one of the most funniest antics I've ever uh,
Uh, so they find Devin and Steel find the radio tower, and it's electrified, so Devin decides he'll go look for a fuse box to cut the power, while Steel figures he would just try climbing it as a robot because don't want to waste time. Devin gets cornered by Vargo in a hallway, morphs, and begins fighting.
And Varga runs out of Morph X and only has enough to for the cheetah speed.
So naturally, Scrozzle will send him more. Roxy took it. Hey, Roxy, he could die if he doesn't have that. Oh, that's your plan.
I thought Varga was gonna last longer, but holy crap, man! I really like what they did in this episode.
I do love how Scrozzle just goes with the flow of whatever's right in front of him.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he just doesn't give a crap, and he gets bossed around by all of them.
He's only in it because he's scared of Evox. He is not scared of Blaze and Roxy.
Yeah. This is why I really love. I really love all the villains in this season. They have so much personality, and then their interrelationships are really good.
So this hallway scene, like, this is one of the few moments where I can assuredly say there is Sentai stock footage in here, because the shot of Devin's gun behind him, and he like pulls out the second half of it to combine it together into like the bigger gun. Like, I distinctly remember that from Go Busters.
I distinctly remember this fight scene from Go Busters because this was a highlight in that episode. But it was cool then. It is cool now. Except the fact that the effects look like really like it was from 2012 or 2014.
Yeah, because they're the Go Busters effects. This is one of the few times Devin like takes advantage of his speed in suit.
This was a really what do you call it? A really good way to end Vargo. But he is left too soon.
During the fight, Steel manages to break the whatever device, but his circuits are fried. Devin quickly finishes the fight, and everyone remembering who the real Power Rangers are again, stop. Well, they try to stop Blaze and Roxy from taking the 3 transport devices, but fail. Devin quickly rushes Steel back to Grid Battle Force, where Nate gets to work on repairing him, while the other 3 Rangers go and fight the Gigadrone that they decided to throw in because you gotta have a mech fight.
Yeah, to be honest, the thing is that the episode is technically, in my opinion, like was supposed to be over.
Yeah.
But then Mech Inhabitants got to sell mech toys. But yeah, I think it's okay. It's a Power Rangers staple at this right now. So unless they decide to change from next season onwards.
The way I see it, you're allowed 1 episode a series without a mech fight, and this could have been that episode.
Yeah, maybe in the future we might get another one. We might get one without a mech fight, and it's better than this. But
I get that it's one of the.
It was a.
I get that it's one of the major tropes. Okay. It just comes down to like, does it naturally fit into the episode, or is it forced in because you got to sell toys?
Yeah, and this feels really forced in. But anyways, the rest of the episode is superb.
Yeah, Nate manages to fix Steel and is so proud of how well he handled the situation that he agrees to give Steel a puppy even though Steel didn't take care of the plant for 10 minutes. Uh,
but that was his casualty of war going.
yeah,
So
casualty of war. So while
uh,
taking the new spot for a walk in the park, they come across a young girl who loves dogs, but the animal shelter didn't have any, so she couldn't get one. So Steele, feeling bad for her, gives him her dog because he knows that she would love him more than he would, and he understands that his responsibilities as a ranger would limit the amount of attention, love and attention he can give to an animal. And then Ben and Betty return from their
and also
teleportation trip.
that the dog would freeze Devon on sight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Uh, what would be cool if Devon meets someone from Doggy Kruger's race.
Oh man,
Uh,
Deca Ranger crossover, please. Sorry, SBD.
God, SPD. In the Power Rangers comics, right now, the
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin team is fighting like a guy from Kruger's race
Hmm.
that has brought onto the battlefield, and it's very cool.
Okay. Question about the comics since you brought it up.
Oh yeah, sure.
What the fuck happened to Rita and Zed after the Machine Empire showed up? Like, I get that they ran away and went back to Rita's home, but like, what happened then?
Okay, we are still in the we just reached the Rocky, Adam, and Aisha era, so it's not been answered yet.
Hmm. Okay.
We just found out that Jason, Jack, and Trini have been Power Rangers in secret when the 3 years, what do you call it? When they went for the peace conference.
In Sweden.
Yeah, it's Sweden or Switzerland, one of those. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Switzerland. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back on Tuesday for more Rio Soldier and Wednesday for more Kamen Rider Zero One. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.